Cinema, what's up? What's up, you guys? We're starting live. How y'all doing?
Hi,
I'm just posting before we go live here. Before we start. Cinema Club.
Cinema Club. Oh my god, everybody.
How y'all doing?
How are you guys doing?
I'm just putting up the thing I can pin to the top. Joy Luck Club. So, Joy Luck Club. How do I pin that one? I don't know. So we're gonna get in there. I don't know what we're doing. Y'all in here.
Hi.
How y'all doing? So welcome to Cinema Club. I'm Dante Bosco.
I'm Alice Rahmatullah.
So we are both filmmakers. People follow me, so you guys know I'm an actor, writer, producer, filmmaker. And as my friend Alice, we've been quarantining together on and off for like this whole quarantine. So we've been watching movies, talking to each other about films. We're like, we should just talk about this on Instagram Live. Yeah. Alice is an award-winning actress from China. Give a background on yourself, Alice.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you all. Oh my God, so many people. I'm from China. I'm an ethnic group in China. It's called Xinjiang Uyghur, which is in Central Asia, located on west side of the China. It's really close to Tibet, and we're one of the biggest minority of China, so I'm Uyghur, and I'm from China. And
an award-winning actress in China, and so she started acting there as very young, at 14, and then she came here to study filmmaking, and she got her MFA as a producer. Now she's producing and acting and whatnot in America. So we're both filmmakers. Of course, we're Asian American. It's Asian American Month, so we decided to start this whole cinema club off with an Asian American cinema classic, which is the Joy Luck Club. And this whole thing is like a book club for everybody to kind of watch movies together and talk about stuff, and just do cinema classics. So, and bring people in also to talk about the film. So I guess we'll talk about it real quick for a few minutes, and then we'll bring some people in who can talk about it, and we can answer some questions.
Absolutely.
What did you think about the film? We watched it. So the film was shot in 1993, Joy Luck Club, directed by Wayne Wang. Actually, I was corrected.
Yeah, I have to correct that. It's not Wang Wang. It's called Wang Wang.
Wang Wang. Okay, so in Americans we say Wang, but I guess it's pronounced Wang. And it was shot in 1993. And for its time, it was like the first, it's one of the first big Asian American films. And this film, for those of you that did not see it, have not seen it, it's really a woman's film to a degree about predominantly mothers and daughters, a group of 4 friends, 4 women and their daughters, and the stories that take place between America, San Francisco, and China, and immigration stories between mothers and daughters. I think very personal because you're from China. Even though you're not Chinese, you're from China and you understand the stories. How did you feel about the film? Go talk about it. I have all these notes too, and I can't wait to talk to people out there, and we can talk about how it's going.
I have small notes, but not that much as yours. This is my first time seeing that movie too, and then I never heard about it until you mentioned that, and then I'm glad I watched that movie. It's like literally eye-opening, and it's just like, it's great, amazing cinema photography, and then production value. It's great. At the time, you have to remember there's no CGI, right? And it's all war and different flashback, and the transaction is 4 different characters, and you have to follow. It's a lot of
very dramatic.
I have to tell that it's like being acting since when I was 14 in China, so it's just just looking at the perspective of different acting style. For me, tell me if I'm wrong. For me, that acting style is a little bit dramatic.
It's a drama.
It is drama, but it's kind of am I telling the wrong thing? It's more stage performing.
No, I think it was. Maybe.
No. The flashback to the old time period, the mother's backstory, why the mother came to immigrant to U.S. and then what are their backstory. So in the flashback, acting wise, I'm not the right person to judge or anything. Just being a filmmaker, it's my personal perspective of that story. It's more acting wise, it's a little bit dramatic, but it's so touching.
It's a drama. Of course, I am biased because I know a lot of the actors in the film. A lot of my good friends of mine are really wonderful to see them. This movie's 20 28 years old.
28 years
So
old.
see them. I mean, Tamla Tamita, Lauren Tom, Ming Na Wen, you know, other women. Q. There's two of the women played my mother in Lauren Tom, who's one of the actors, played my mom on a pilot.
You keep saying that. That's my mother. Like,
And she played my mom in American Dragon. Jake Long, for fans out there, is American Dragon. And then other ones are friends. To see them doing their work, you know, over 20 years ago is pretty amazing.
How do you feel after like 25 years, 20 years later, and then looking
It held up good.
Actors?
I mean, the movie held up pretty good, really good actually. And I think it was very revolutionary. It's the first time we were seeing these women, these Asian women speaking, doing these American stories
Their
with
voice.
no accent, just playing these American girls. And then it's also, you know, showing their parents' story that's very accented, very much in the old country, and seeing the juxtaposition of their stories and kind of like demons that get passed on to generations in different ways. I really enjoyed it. Let's talk some more. Let's bring some people in. Let's see what people want to talk about. Let's see if people are around. Jump in. Let's see who's around. We can talk about. There's a lot of people that want to come and go live with us. Hopefully, everyone who's in here will. Wow.
Oh my gosh, so many people.
So many people. Let me see. I guess we just pick whoever's in here, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Let's just pick. Let's pick this person. Let's pick this person. Y'all come in. Hopefully y'all watch the movie. We're going to be watching movies more. And thank you to all the fans out there, Rufio fans, Avatar fans. Thank you guys for watching.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
I did not know I signed. Okay. Yeah, I watched this movie a long time ago. Are we asking questions right now?
No, we
No,
can do
we're just,
questions.
like,
We're just
chit-chatting.
talking about, it's like a book club, talking about the film.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I watched this movie a long time ago. I'm rewatching it now, but I remember it. And one big theme, you just said that the demons that get passed down.
Yeah.
And this is something I think about a lot, how I think the right term is like generational trauma. How if we're not careful, like we'll absorb the trauma of like our father or our mother, and pass it on to our children or even like in our relationships.
Yeah. No, it totally is. I think a lot of times it's I think in stories, and all stories, not just Asian stories, all ethnic stories, all stories that talk about passing your demons down to your children, we think of it as these other things that are like, you know, mythological things. But there's actual things that we pass down, damage that we pass down to our children, money problems that we pass down to our children, things that we weren't able to kind of like fix in our time in our life. Our children start having the same problems, and you see that reoccurring theme throughout a lot of these different vignettes in the story.
Yeah, especially with parents who like try to live their dreams through their kids, or they'll try to make them play the piano because they can get to. And so the movie like made me cry a few times because I just saw like my relationship with my mom, and I love her so much. But now that I know about her relationship with her mom and seeing like how that's affected her and how she's tried to do that to me and my sister, and being like, stop, like we're stopping the generational trauma.
Right. Which character do you think which character do you think you were closest to identified with?
I'm like an hour into the movie, but not Waverly, the one, it is Waverly.
Waverly.
The piano. Yeah.
It says she's Waverly too. I'm like, really?
Oh my God. Yeah, because I had that moment. My parents wanted me to play the piano, and
That's not Waverly. That's June. That's June.
Chess.
Chess is Waverly. Chess is Waverly. June's piano.
But I had a moment like Waverly, even though her thing was chess, where I proclaimed to my mom, I was like, I'm not going to play anymore. And it was like this, you know, they're like, don't you want, you know, this gift that we're giving you so that you can be successful, because we immigrated from the Philippines. And I was just like, no, I don't like my piano teacher, and all the other kids are playing like soccer, so that's what I want to do. And looking back, I'm like, I should have just kept playing the piano. Like what? Yeah,
I know. I gave up the piano 8th grade too, and I wish I kind of kept going.
Yeah, because as a kid, it was cool.
We're young, we're kids. Yeah. But I know we've talked before, and we've interacted before, and I know you're an amazing makeup artist.
Oh my God, thank you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you did an amazing Rufio.
I did 10 years ago. Yeah.
10 years ago? I do remember that. And we still said we're gonna do a Zuko sometime after all quarantine. We'll do a Zuko. You'll hook it up. Look, now I can do Zuko alone. We're all like,
yeah, you can grow out the side and have like the ponytail.
Yeah, you know, right?
All the different hairstyles of Zuko. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your insight.
Thank you.
We're gonna bring someone else in. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. So for the people joining us, they're like, is this a book club? I'm making this like a cinema club. It's got chit chat. We're gonna watching so much stuff in quarantine that we figured let's just watch it and talk with people out there. And we'll do a new cinema classic every week for people that want to join us. We're just watching films as filmmakers and discussing with each other, and we figured we'll discuss with you guys out there. We have so many friends that are artists and creatives out there that want to watch the same movie, so we can talk about it. But I do appreciate all the fans out there. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see who else is out here.
It's a lot of Zukio.
I know. Let's see. I don't know. Like, let's just pick someone. You pick somebody.
Me. I don't know. Let's pick. Doesn't matter. Just pick.
Just pick.
Yeah. It's just a blind pick. Close your eyes.
Okay, and bam. Let's just pick this person. Okay. Let's blind pick. Hey.
Blind pick. Hey.
Balls.
Hey.
Bolin. I don't know.
I don't know how this works.
It's just people.
Pick a person and
maybe
then
Balls Bolin was before.
They send a request for us?
Yeah, send in a request if you guys seen the film and you want to join the conversation. Please send a request.
The film. Do you want to mention the name of the
film?
Yeah,
it's Joy Luck Club.
Joy Luck Club.
Yeah, Joy Luck Club.
Anybody wants to talk about it? Joy Luck Club with us.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's get Nick in here. Let's see if Nick's around. I don't know. People are just saying, "What's up, yo?" Shout out to everybody watching though. Connecting. Someone. Nick, what's up? How are you doing?
Nick, how are you?
Good.
Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome to the conversation.
Thank you.
How you doing? Where are you coming from?
I live in Seaburg, Wisconsin.
Very cool. Sun's out. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's 82 degrees outside. I just helped my boyfriend rip up our floor to our deck outside because the boards are all warped and rotten. So we're replacing the boards.
That's nice.
Whoa! So you have a lot of stuff to do this summer. Then you got to build a whole new deck this summer.
Keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the cinema club. We're talking about Joy Luck Club. Did you watch it? You know about the film?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
No, but you want to come and say hello? That's totally fine too.
Yeah. I grew up watching Hook, and I love your character.
Hey, Nick, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My cousins and I, every time we go to my aunt and uncle's house, it's my dad's side of the family, so they're a bunch of Mexican Irish people.
Okay.
They're always like saying, "Yo, Rufio."
Well, thank you, Nick. Send my love to your family.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Say hi. Stay safe.
Yeah. You too.
Okay, thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate fans always down to say hi to folks. Talking about the film, hopefully people in here, someone in here will has seen the movie.
Joy Luck Club.
And Joy Luck Club, and then we'll see if we can grab somebody request. Here we go. Maybe I was on the wrong place. Here we go. How about TC Curley? TC Curley? Yeah, I said Drea Walter, we're getting here next. Send a request and I'll bring you in.
This is my first time doing like.
I know. Well, I've only done live a few times, but I do like it. Yeah, I'd like for William Cruz too. I'm looking for people that will come in and they're gone. So let me try another person. Let me see. Here we go. Let's bring Drea in. So yes, I'm gonna get to you, Rumo.
Oh,
Drea.
man.
Hi, Drea. How are you doing?
Hello.
Happy. I haven't seen you since quarantine. So people out there,
know.
Drea Walter is a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, also a co-conspirator, filmmaker of mine. I produced a film for her called Empty by Design, and she shot my last film, Fabulous Filipino Brothers. But today we're talking about Joy Luck Club. What do you think? Did you see it?
Did you like it?
Yeah, I still love it. I think I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And have you seen it recently? And what was your takeaway recently?
When I saw you post it, I watched it again. Oh my God, I still cry at the end. It's the worst. Like the part when they're on the boat. I don't want to spoil. Should I spoil?
Yeah.
Spoil
No.
it?
I mean, there's a lot of people
part.
watching this. Don't spoil it.
turn
It's
my
definitely
music off.
women. It's like family. It's fulfilling family obligations kind of thing.
Did you question your mother?
Yeah. I questioned everything.
That's what I did.
Not just like my parents, but I questioned just myself. Like especially watching as an adult.
Yeah.
It hurts to watch it as an adult because you start to not only question what your parents do, but what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you just start to like I started to look at what I just started to look at what I think I'll be doing 10 years from now.
Yeah, I think when you watch
not
it,
just
when
as a
I watch
woman,
it
but
as a
as a
kid,
family member.
yeah, as a kid, I think I totally sided a lot so much with the younger generation because I was just, you know, because you're just like kids and you think about your parents from another country fucking our life up. But then as you get older and you become an adult yourself and you have other issues and things you've been through, you start looking at the parent side and go, well, the kids are kind of assholes too, a little, you know, like a little bit, you know. So it's interesting to kind of see it as you grow up. Who did you identify with more? Which character?
Now, fuck. That says so much. I I think I connected a lot with the one who was very timid in her relationship.
Oh yeah, right.
And she
With
just
Andrew
felt
McCarthy.
subordinate. Is that her name? Yeah, that.
What was the guy? I forget her name, but that was a powerful. I forgot about that whole storyline.
The
but
one who was married to a white guy.
The white guy, just the themes of like second class citizen, being less than, not only being Asian, dating someone that's white, also being a woman dating a man, feeling like where you fit in the whole relationship. That was I forgot about that whole
perspective.
Yeah, the whole vignette. It was really powerful for her to kind of like ultimately stand up for herself.
Yeah, it's just like
and Dante kind of got surprised, like, oh, they get back together.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's good, that's great.
Yeah, no, it was. I forgot also that they got back together, but I mean, it's just the feeling of subordination, just that you constantly, when you're raised to think you need to act a certain way, and then you start to pull your real self back and start to become this other person for a significant other. That I could relate to a lot from like a previous one, and I never until now as an adult, and it hurt just to watch. And also seeing a little mixed race baby made me happy.
I know, you're a mixed race. You're a mixed race child. Plus, I think everyone that has issues with their parents, it makes you think about your issues with your parents and see it from their angle, and you know, guy or girl, kind of thinking like, I wonder what they went through to kind of get us where we're at right now.
Yeah,
good, bad, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it is for a male to watch. It's very mother-daughter story, but I feel it's completely relatable to any gender and also to anybody. Ethnicity. Yeah, anybody. Yes. It's very universal story.
Universal story. I think one of the reasons this movie got so successful, and then I think this feeling and relationship with mother-daughter and this love story and immigration, this entire thing is just so universal. Anybody, everyone does, no matter what is your background, everybody can relate it on.
Right. Also, what about the filmmaking? Wayne
you're a cinematographer. You're a great cinematographer.
It was some great stuff. I was surprised, not surprised. I was just surprised to see how beautiful the film still is and how they shot is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, after having shot a couple movies, I appreciate it so much more. And just all of the things they were doing, not just with the camera, but the production design and just the subtleties between past to present. Right. Just it struck me much stronger now. What did you take away from it as far as cinematography and all of that, now that you've directed a movie?
I mean, I really loved just the beauty of how he shot the old world and the new world. I like the way he shot. I'm from San Francisco, originally the Bay Area, so I love the way he shot certain San Francisco things. It was just reminding me of like growing up in San Francisco and how the buildings, the beautifulness of the architecture, and the coldness of certain characters and the warmness of certain families. It's interesting. We're talking about Asian American films. I'm not Chinese. I'm Filipino. You're Filipino. I know she's from China, but we're not Chinese. So believe me, when we watch it, there's certain things that I relate to, but there's a lot of things I was like, I don't know those customs, or I don't understand that aspect of Chineseness, right? But being Asian, I relate to the aspect of certain things, and the way he kind of shot family and everything. And it's really, really beautiful. There's certain things that are subtle. There's certain things as a director I'm looking like, oh wow, he shot that scene and stuff that we were doing like in ones, and how he was using one take and not really going in for close-ups and just letting the women, the whole crowd breathe in the relationship between them. Just trying to like think of that kind of stuff and feel that stuff. And then the wide shots were beautiful. He shot so many beautiful things, raining and in the park, and the war, them walking in the war scenes was like,
yeah, that's so beautiful. Representable because I went to school and college in China, and it's really close to Chongqing. That's the place they took. And then the first shot the director shows that the entire wide shot of the war, and I can like immediately tell from the city like that's the Chongqing probably. But they pronounce it differently. The Americans pronounce it as Chongqing.
Chongqing, yeah.
King, but it's pronounced as Chongqing. So it's a different pronunciation, but I was like, is that city what he's talking about? And I just looked it up. I was like, yes. It is so representable, and it's so it's great like how he made the decision, just one shot, that's it, that tells the environment, that tells the cultural, that tells at that time the war, the Japanese war, but between Japan and China, the war, the people struggling there. It's just so like clever decision. Like it's just
and what else that struck me is it felt very modern the way the film is. Even though it's 28 years old, it felt very like now. Like it looked like today. I mean, outside of some of the 80s fashions or whatnot, or 90s fashions, but the acting and the look, and it was in the way they were talking and the way that the scenes were going. It's kind of when I look at it, and I think it's been a shame that between Crazy Rich Asians and Joy Luck Club is like 25 years, and you're like, I can't believe we didn't do a film. I mean, Asian community didn't do a film in America in that many years. For studios, but it felt revolutionary because you're like the way that the modernness of how the leads were talking and acting in the relationships, and then also not negating their past, and we're not just being full on we're American, we've never been to another country, it has nothing to do with us, our past. Like no, it's really connected to the story also. It felt very revolutionary the way the film was, and I was inspired to continue this work that we're all doing in filmmaking and Asian American filmmaking.
I'm curious, like, how you guys both felt watching it now, because after I've been living in America for a long time, I now understand what it's like to be an Asian American in this community. Because when I first watched Joy Luck Club and read Joy Luck Club, I was living in Asia, where everyone's Asian. So that extra layer of otherness, I didn't understand until now. I'm wondering what your take on it when you saw it currently.
I've been living in the States since 2013. It's not that long time ago, but growing up in China as a ethnicity, like minority, like I never know, like Asian, like we've been called Asian, like after I came to US, it's like, oh, this is what is Asian. But since the Asian is such a huge the name to pronounce, and it's like there's a like Central Asia, like Filipino, they're Asian, Japanese, Indian, they're all Asian, right? And well, I mean, and later on I came to US and I'm working on the production company, and I go to school as an Asian American. Like people, like nobody like really, I mean, a lot of people talks about it, like there's Asian American, there's Asian American club, there's a movie, like, but not really like the billboard way seeing it. And then like as a new like immigrant to US, like you don't see this much stuff in the outside, like when you're driving, unless you talk about it, unless you mention it, unless you go to like meet people who's really like making those type of the films, and then for this Asian American, like people like us. And first time I saw a movie like billboard, huge billboard, like I related on is Asian American, like Crazy Rich Asian. So that's how new I am. So I was like so happy. Oh my God, this is like the face, this cultural, these things we can relate it, and it's in a huge billboard. It's a big thing.
Yeah, you feel very
but
seen.
You've been living, it's like since you born here, you're from here, like you know.
It's very for me. It's very interesting because a lot of us, especially with Asians in America, a lot of us are I think the majority of us as Asians in America are either like first or second generation minorities, like meaning our parents or our grandparents are the ones that immigrated from whatever country, and now we're here being American. But like in the movie, like the old world is this close. Just talk to your grandma, the accents in your ear, the food's on the table, the stories. We may not know that world, but we've heard of that world a lot. And so, especially for that time, I mean, it really connected with me because you're seeing your daily life and the things you're doing, the people you're dating, your friends, your problems. And then you have this other part that maybe some of your American friends, white, black, or other, that aren't as connected to their home, their homelands in the last 1 or 2 generations. They don't have anything. There's no other people in that other place that's always talked about, that we're always sending stuff to, that we're still connected to, that I've never met. So it's interesting to see the movie in that sense and go, I always know about those people over there. I don't know them that well, but we're sending clothes to them every so often,
I know everyone. I mean, you know what it's like because you travel back and forth. There was, going off of what you said, one thing that I never really ingested as much until this most recent viewing was the correlation between the kids who kind of shun their parents who can't really speak English that well, but their parents are speaking more than one dialect, and so their English isn't that strong, but really, and they treat their parents kind of slightly inferior solely to that, when really our parents, their main language is just like ours is English. Like, they're just as poetic and as intellectual as us.
Oh, yeah.
And just that part hit me hard in this version of the film.
We don't celebrate it because we're American. Like, somehow we look down upon, other, like, accents. I mean, us on our own people, we do that. It's just part of being how we grew up in the time we grew up. I hope things change in a way. We just don't celebrate people that aren't as American as us, or we don't, and it's not, I mean, Europeans we do, but we just don't do that in ethnic cultures, like, Latin cultures, Asian cultures, African cultures, like, these guys are not. So I hope things change. I think we kind of open our minds up. We're in a very changing thing. But, Dre, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to bring some other people into the conversation. I miss you.
I'm going to switch out. Bye, I miss you too. Call me later, Dante.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
How's it going? So, you guys out there, thank you guys for watching. We're still talking.
I think is asking, what is the name of the movie?
The movie's called Joy Luck Club. This is a thing that we're doing every Monday. It's called Cinema Club. We just started off with an Asian film because it's Asian American Month. But we'll drop the next movie that you can watch for next week and join us in the conversation. We're bringing people in. Thank you again for all the people out there that are fans. Mad love to you guys. But every Monday we're going to be doing Cinema Club, which is kind of like it's like film school. We're just talking about movies and whatnot. I'll do some questions in a bit, but I'm going to try to bring another person in to talk about the film. It looks like requests are here. Let's see. Chocolate. I'm in your chocolate. Let's see. And I know there's other stuff going on. You guys don't fight out there in the chat. I mean, we're just here talking about movies. Maybe I'm in your chocolate's coming in. I'm just going for people.
For
connecting. I don't know. Maybe not. Some people kind of come in sometimes and then they leave before we can get them in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get some more people in here. Turtle down. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yes.
All right. Turtle down. Maybe. I don't know. But.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. What's your name?
Hi.
My name's Brooke.
Brooke, nice to meet you. Welcome to the chat. This is Cinema Club. We're talking about movies today, particularly the Joy Luck Club. Have you ever watched it?
I've heard of it, and everyone's telling me to watch it, but I've never seen it.
All good. I mean, that's what I'm doing once a week, talking about films because we're filmmakers, and a part of all the stuff that, of course, fans love me for characters I've done. I'm also a filmmaker, so take a day out of the week to talk about filmmaking and movies, and turn you guys on to good films to watch too. Watch Joy Luck Club. Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois. Sadly.
Awesome. Around Chicago? No, yes. Illinois is great. I love
the
Illinois.
caseload here, though.
And what do? You're creative. I see music.
I see the post of music. Are you doing something? Yes.
Are you a creative? What's your thing?
I'm a TikTok creator.
TikTok creators, great.
Yes, that's great too.
Comedy video, almost 80,000, nothing crazy, but I don't do much.
No, that's awesome. I think for a lot of people out there that are they're doing TikTok or Instagram Live or YouTube, I have a lot of friends that are
trying to entertain in quarantine.
Yeah, entertain, but you also, the more videos you shoot, the more you just learn about filmmaking by just understanding like angles and understanding how you're covering and editing, and it just little by little you learn, and at the end of the day it's all storytelling. And if you could tell a really cool story in a TikTok amount of time, those are the ones that go viral, you know, for sure.
The stupidest stuff I make, I swear, it just pops off.
Well,
Brooke,
that's
what's
awesome.
your at? True Let Down. Or
what is TikTok? What's your at? What is it?
Oh, on TikTok, it's the wow. Just it's the wow.
It's the wow.
It's the wow.
Well, thank you for joining us. Watch Joy Luck Club, and then follow us. I'll be posting next week's movie, which is going to be another cinema classic.
We're going to talk about it next Monday.
We can talk it next Monday for him. Thank you so much. Bye. All right. Before we bring someone else in, I see a bunch of questions coming in. Maybe we can answer some questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's a lot of Zuko stuff. Say something.
Oh my God, Zuko.
I know people. There's a lot of people that are.
I got one of the sign posted. Super cool. Oh, that's nice.
Thank you so much. There's a lot of Avatar questions. Thank you guys for watching Avatar.
I heard Avatar. It's in Netflix.
She's never watched Avatar.
I don't watch it. Please don't judge me, guys.
She's got to watch Avatar.
I have to watch it.
But we're watching Avatar on my Twitch channel every Friday at 3 p.m. So join us on my Twitch channel. I'll post about that. Let's see some more requests.
Any questions for
the people who have seen the movie? Let's see. Maybe this person. Like these are the requests. So I'm just going through the requests. Let's see if Asian Bila is coming in. Maybe. Yes. No.
Connecting.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, dude, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Hi.
What up, Dante?
How you doing? What's your name?
Oh, I'm Sid.
Sid, what's up?
What up, Sid? Alice. This is Alice.
Thanks for joining Cinema Club. We're talking about Joy Luck Club today.
I know.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I heard of it. I felt
you
really
heard
bad.
the movie.
Like, should I request? Like, cause y'all are doing like this really in-depth. Like,
it's okay. I mean, every Monday we're doing a thing called Cinema Club. So this is the first one. So just getting people up to speed with stuff. And for people that are just tuning in, we're doing this whole thing every Monday at 4 p.m. It's called Cinema Club. And we're talking about a particular movie every week. This week, it's Joy Luck Club. Sid, you haven't seen Joy Luck Club, but you heard about Joy Luck Club.
Yeah.
And we're doing different cinema classics every week. It's Asian American Month, so we decided to start this whole thing with a classic movie called Joy Luck Club. But now you're gonna watch Joy Luck Club.
I will definitely. I know Ming-Na Wen is in it.
Ming-Na Wen is in it. It's kind of like
she's a great actress. She's great. A great performance.
Tamla Tamita's in it. Lauren Tom, Russell Wong.
OGs.
So where are you from? You're from the Bay Area, I see.
Yeah, from the Bay Area.
San Francisco.
Are you a creative?
Yeah, dude. I'm a dancer, like, you know, urban dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while.
Dope.
Quarantine. What's up?
What part of the Bay are you from?
I'm from the peninsula, like San Mateo.
Yeah. I'm from Pittsburgh originally, so shout out to the Bay. Yeah,
nice.
The movie I just shot called Fabulous Filipino Brothers, we shot in Pittsburgh. So it'll be coming out later this year.
Dude, that's what's up, man.
Look for it.
I'm like a huge fan, dude. I never thought I'd ever like speak to you. Like, I was just like, I loved Jake Long.
Hey.
And, like, I loved the debut. I watched it.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We'll talk about debut maybe one of these days. But definitely, Sid, watch Joy Luck Club. And then we're going to drop the movie at the end of this for the next week. So join us for the conversation.
Dude, for sure.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, see you, man.
All right, let's see if there's anyone else. If you watched the film or know about the film and you want to talk about the film with us, please do a request and we'll try to get you in here.
Let's connect.
Let's I don't know. Let's just do this first one there. All right. Let's see. Hey, we're going live? Maybe no.
Well, we're connecting. I have a question.
Go ahead. What's the question?
In the movie, we saw a lot of, I'm not sure you remember that.
Which part?
The jade necklace. All the mother, give the jade necklace.
You're from China. They love jade necklaces out there or what?
I mean, yeah, we do love jade, but this must be represent something.
I don't know. There's a lot of symbolism in that particular film.
Exactly. There should be backstory. I want to study of that. Does anybody knows what's up with the jade necklace?
I know. I mean, there's so much symbolism. There was the feather, the swan feather.
That's beautiful.
I mean, I think also we overlook at a lot of it because it's like was the only Asian film in so many years, and when you watch it, you like look extra into so many aspects of it. When sometimes you just like want to just make a cool movie or a fun movie or a dramatic film, but when it becomes ethnic films, Black, Latino, Asian, and there isn't a lot of films coming out, it's like we tend to like dive in and like think, what exactly does that mean? What does that mean? Like,
yes, we just
which is good and bad, I guess.
Overwhelming the things.
What's up out there? So, my uncle's Jade necklace.
Jade for yourself, we gotta get.
I did not find my honor yet. No, my honor is intact. Let's see. Please, if you watch the movie, want to talk about the movie, come in, join us on this chat. I'm just gonna, or let's see, we'll connect somebody. Let's say, I don't know who.
All Zuko fans.
With Zuko fans, but let's just do. Anybody pick one?
Anything. Let's pick.
Want to pick that? Yeah. Okay, cool. Just to join us. Maybe. Waiting. Connecting.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, what's your name?
My name is Nina.
Hi, Nina. Thank you for joining us for Cinema Club. We're talking today about the Joy Luck Club. Have you watched Joy Luck Club?
Yes, I have.
And where are you from, Nina?
I'm from Michigan.
Michigan? What part? Like Detroit?
No, like the central Michigan, like Lansing, the capital.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I spoke at Michigan State. That's in Lansing.
That's where I go.
Oh, cool. I spoke there a few years ago for an Asian club, I believe, and it was cold, is what I remember.
Yeah.
It was snowing.
Yeah.
So what are you studying?
I actually study fashion.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. So you're creative?
Yes.
Thank you for following. And so when did you see Joy Luck Club? What's your memory of it?
I saw it as a kid because I'm actually half Korean, so like my mom tries to integrate a lot of sorry, I'm like excited and nervous.
It's all good.
Like she tried to integrate a lot of kind of like Asian entertainment and things like that because she's from Korea, but she was adopted. Okay. So it's like even though like ethnically and like like we are Korean, it's like we're very Americanized and like just kind of that culture is something we have a disconnect with. So right. I think like this movie and like other Asian movies were like a way to kind of bring in that influence again.
Totally.
But yeah, I actually I rewatched it recently, like a few years ago, because I did forensics in high school, which is like where you forensics is where you there's a lot of different categories, but like you will take a book or a movie and you'll do like a 7 to 8 clip of it and like act it out.
Oh wow.
So it's like a competition kind of thing. So I had I did that book in competitions, and like I did all of the like I cannot remember her name, but like Ming Na Wen's like character.
Ming Na Wen, yeah.
Like,
June.
Like yeah, like I did her storyline.
Okay. Oh wow.
But I think it's one of those things like even though I connect being Korean and like being Asian, it's like even though I don't typically look Asian, it's hard for me to feel like can I accept this part of myself because others don't see me that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think ethnically, we live in America, so we have that melting pot thing where nobody knows. I mean, people know what you are. You're Asian. But also, I mean, I'm Filipino, and I grew up in Latino and Black neighborhoods, and a lot of my career is playing urban characters, and I got confused of like, what are you, like Asian, obviously, or mixed with Latino, or are you mixed with Black, because you come up in the hip-hop industry, like hip-hop generation. At the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. How do you identify what's your blood, that kind of thing? I think it's all our own personal journeys, but I mean, you're interesting. You're coming from another country, so you see us Americans, and we're all mixed up. You're like, you Americans are all. How do you guys figure it out?
I totally feel you. Like, first time I came to US, I remember like I'm spending like hours to explain where I'm from, because I'm not from like China. I'm not Han Chinese. So I'm like Central Asia. I'm the different ethnicity. I'm Uyghur. Like people was like, what is Uyghur? Like what is that? Like it's yogurt? Like no. Like it's just like a different minority. And growing up as a minority in China, and then it came to US, it's just like still like explaining who you are, who, like where you from, what are you. It's too much. Like
I think as people and but as Americans for sure we're caught up on like what people look like and trying to categorize people. But it's usually the people you don't know. The people you do know, you don't care what they are. Just those are my homies. We just don't know the people we don't know. We try to categorize. You know.
It doesn't matter that question. I feel like that's like a pointless question. Like if you don't know that person and you say, "Hey, nice to meet you. How are you?" La la la.
Right.
And then the second question just pops up. It's like, "Where are you from?" Like, does that really matter where I am from?
Right. Yeah, I definitely get that question a lot.
But I think an interesting question.
Are you from America?
I know. Well, we all, yeah. One interesting thing about the movie that comes up as I was thinking about and seeing it in this new time, like the age of the tiger mom in America. I don't know if they have the same because you guys are all Asian in Asia. But if you're Asian in America and you have an Asian mom, the tiger mom thing about how moms are so hard on their kids, and then you watch it in this movie, Joy Luck Club, and there's kind of different versions of quote unquote tiger mom for each of the kids and how that kind of plays out. And we didn't even talk about tiger moms in 1993 in the same way they talk about it now. But is your mom Asian or your dad Asian?
My mom is Asian. She's from Seoul.
She's from Seoul. Was she a tiger? Did you feel even though she was adopted, was she adopted by an American family, right?
Yeah, she was. And I feel like though she is still kind of a tiger mom because even in her adopted family, education is really important. Like all of them are educators. So just in that sense, she's pushed me and all my siblings like really hard to get A's and like be active and trying to get into like the colleges and like meet our goals. And it wasn't even until recently because I wasn't even going to go down a creative path because, you know, that's not really what we do. Right. And then it took a long time for her to kind of accept if she was like, if you're going to do this, you're going to be the best, you know, at what you do. And you're going to try as hard as you can. So I think like, even though there's that acceptance, there's also that side of pressure.
Yeah. You know? Was your mom a tiger mom in China?
Tiger's mother's mom. Super strict. Like I can't even mention I want to be an artist when I was in high school. So she wanted like if you have to go to college. Like everything I own, like when I was little, if I want a pretty dress or if I want a pretty gift, if I want a candy or if I want to go outside play with my kids, I have to be like finish my homework. I have to be I have to be this. I have to be like top of the top. I have to be best. At top of that, after you play with your kids, like go outside, like play with your friends, and when you come home, the dinner is not ready, and you have to prepare house for your mother. You gotta be
top of the top.
You have to.
There's a lot of Asians. We all can't be top of the top. It's mathematically impossible. Can't be top of the top, Mom.
You have to be like
there's other Asians at that school.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, okay, what kind of fashion are you doing in Michigan? Like, what are you studying? Are we talking about?
Our program at school is avant-garde. So, like, we do a lot of kind of really creative and, like, out-of-the-box things. Like, things that you would maybe see on a runway or a cover of a magazine, but you would never kind of wear more than once. That kind of fashion.
Yeah. Like
so, that's really what runway. I have been trained to do. Yeah. But I have explored ready-to-wear and other things like that, but I'm still kind of figuring out what my brand is and what my aesthetic is. But recently I have been trying to bring in more of, like, kind of my fight within myself of, like, you know, connecting to my Asian side, but not being viewed as it. So that's what a lot of my work recently has been,
I think a lot of us struggle with that as artists is, like, you want to be yourself authentically. You don't also want to be pigeonholed in one category. But I mean, that's the plight of all what we do. Good luck on the journey.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I look forward to some stuff that you do in the future. Hope you have some fresh gear. I'll be like, hey, remember to send some over. We'll rock some gear.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Bye.
All right, so we're going. We got another like a few minutes here before we go out. Thank everybody for watching. We're still gonna go talk some more. Let's see if any questions. There's a bunch of questions. I mean,
Joy Luck.
Anybody else that Joy Luck Club that want to talk about the film with us, please.
Does
the film show big cultural difference between East and West? Says Amy. Amy.
Shows big cultural. Yes, absolutely.
It does show big culturalness between East and West.
Yeah, but like from West, I'm from like Central Asia, like West.
You're East. To us, you're Asia as heck.
Yes, I am.
But it really shows like literally Asians in San Francisco.
It is.
And then their mothers, their friends are mothers, and all of their stories are kind of how they got to America and or the problems that they were leaving in China. But I thought it seemed like a pretty honest depiction.
Honest picture, yes. That's like a super honest. But end of the day, it's just a human story.
Right.
Right.
Any great story is a universal story. That's partially why universal great stories just kind of become big hits in the world. Is because whether it's white, black, Asian, Latino, other people like you, we all got moms, you all got sisters, you all fall in love, you all get heartbroken. We've all not stood up for ourselves. We've all, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure all Americans has a problem with their mothers. Do you have a problem with your mother?
No, I love my mom. Although she just got crashed on a bicycle. We got my mom an electric bike for Mother's Day. And it's going too fast. And then I don't know. My brother sent me a picture and she was on her face in the dirt.
Is she okay?
Yeah. Shout out to my mom. She texted me last night. I'm sore.
Cute Asian mom.
Shout out to my mom. Let's see more questions. There's a lot of questions about Avatar here, and which I love. I mean, and thank everybody for coming out to watch. Is Joy Luck Club going to be on Netflix? It's not. I rented it on Amazon Prime. Let's see. I know this is, but let me see. There's people. I don't know. Let's see if we can get some other party. Let's just see if there's more requests on.
Okay.
If we could talk about films or.
Let's talk about like family. Like, do you have any questions?
Honestly, I know this guy has definitely seen Joy Luck Club.
How do you know?
Because he's a friend of mine. He's in the industry. He might not want to go on though. He does PR. Dino, you want to watch? Dino coming in? Maybe not. Dino's gone. He's not.
We're waiting for. Give a second.
Shout out to Dino Ray. Oh no, he is
connecting.
Dino, what's up?
He was about to give up on
I almost gave up. I didn't know if you were still in the chat or not.
Because I didn't know. Like, see, I'm not ready. My ring light isn't on.
That's all good. Ring light. Put your ring light on. We had a good conversation with Drea. So we're doing a new thing. Dino Ray.
Hi.
Hey.
Tell the people out there who you are. This is Alice. She's my co-host for this cinema club. We're talking about filmmaking.
Hi, Alice. How are you?
Hi.
I was just watching Drag Race, so I need to pause that.
Pause on Drag Race. Shout out to Paul. Shout out.
I have multiple screens going on because I'm actually working. I'm working right now.
You're still working?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm an associate editor at Deadline, and so it's a slow news day, just because it's a holiday. But I'm getting ready for a lot of things for tomorrow, so I'm lining some stuff up. But yeah, I work at Deadline. I'm an editor there, cover diversity and inclusion, written about Dante multiple times.
I appreciate that. And we were just partied, and we've also just partied.
And we've also seen it when we were allowed to see human beings.
Remember that? Remember those days, Dino? So in the quarantine, we've been watching a lot of films as we've been all locked down like everybody out there. And so we decided weekly to let's just put a film out there. We'll call it Cinema Club. It's like a book club, but just for movies, for cinema classics. And because it's Asian American Month, we decided to start the whole thing out with Joy Luck Club.
Classic movie.
We dropped it last week. We watched it over the weekend, and we're talking about Joy Luck Club right now. I'm sure you've watched Joy Luck Club.
I haven't seen Joy Luck Club.
Ever? Oh my God!
I'm joking.
I'm about to say, you ain't seen Joy Luck Club?
How are you so sure this guy will watch Joy Luck Club? He's Asian.
I mean, he's Asian. He's in the industry. I know he watched Joy Luck Club.
For Asian kids.
You almost made me look real bad.
You're Asian. No. You have to watch the movie, right?
Oh, I've seen it because for one, it was one of the only Asian movies out there when I was growing up. So it was the only thing remotely that looked like me. I mean, I think a lot of when I was growing up, we didn't see a lot of Asian content out there, let alone Filipino content. And I gravitated a lot towards other TV shows and films with people of color.
Right, of course, we all did.
Yeah, because that was like, we have brown skin and like we want to see someone who looks like us.
Yeah.
So, I of course, there were a lot of, I was very much into like John Singleton movies. That's kind of
totally
what I grew up. But when Joy Luck Club came out, it kind of presented this whole kind of like Asian narrative to me. Like, oh yeah, we can tell our stories in this.
It's great. I mean, it was good to see it. Like I was saying to Andrea earlier, it was like, it felt revolutionary, especially knowing that this is almost 30 years ago and it feels so modern. Mm-hmm. And of course, you see friends and people we see years later now, like Russell Wong or Chandler Tamita, Ning Na, so young, just killing it.
They still look good.
I mean, they still look amazing. Asian... I mean, Ning Na Win, for people out there don't know, she's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now, beautiful as ever. Tam, they're all working all the time. Lauren, Tom, but just to see them, 30 years ago, it's amazing.
It's so interesting. It's like you said, the movie is 30 years old, and it's so strange how, I don't want to say it's old, like it's a classic, but to see how far we've come and how little we've progressed.
And then little we've come, right?
Yeah. It's kind of sad, but I remember watching that movie all the time, and the last I guess 5-10 minutes always made me cry. Like when she reunites with her sisters. Spoiler alert if you guys have.
Spoiler. Dan, come on, Deadline. You just put spoilers on Deadline. People haven't watched the movie.
Well, if these people...
No, it's okay. No, it's a classic.
Old movie.
It's 30 years old, you guys. If you watched it, you're not watching it for the spoiler book. You're watching it for the experience of good filmmaking.
And I also have the movie on VHS. I don't have it on DVD. I have it on VHS.
I bought it on Amazon Prime, so I have it. Everything's on Amazon Prime now.
Yeah, I still have a VCR. I don't use it that much, but you never know. I love tangible media, so I keep all my DVDs. Yeah, you never know when the clouds explode.
You never know. Basically, if the internet goes out, we're screwed.
This is so Asian of us.
If the internet goes out, we're all thinking we're cool in quarantine right now. Like we can watch millions of things on Netflix or Amazon. The second Spectrum fails, we're done. We're just stuck in the house, and we no longer have anything.
People will be coming to my house because I have a vast library of stuff.
The rest of us that have it all online, we're done. It's like, it's over. I can't watch anything anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Joy Luck Club was just an amazing story just because it told something different, but it is sad how it took so long to have just a successful follow-up to it. You know what I mean? Because I guess you could argue that Crazy Rich Asians is the Asian follow-up.
Yeah, it is, and it's 25 years later.
Yeah, and it's like, why? And that's kind of the question I explore with my job.
Yeah, but I mean, we are moving on. We've done a lot. You've been a part of the progress we've been making in the last few years. So it's, there's no, you can't look back in, you can't look back in any just regret or anything. It's just like, let's move forward. Let's make more. Let's create more. Let's be inspired by what happened. And it's a different time.
And then, like you said, all those actors, every single one of those actors in Joy Luck Club had continued to work.
Yeah.
Whether it be a smaller role or, just kind of paving their path. And they were there so we could be here.
Exactly.
So true.
Exactly.
And
you guys were there. I can't be there.
Yeah. And the same with
the
you.
New generation's coming up. We were here. We did our thing. We're still doing our thing, but the new generation needs to come up, and we welcome and we applaud it.
Yeah. But yeah, same with you, Dante. You were just as much of a trailblazer, and I think you continue to do that with your work today. I know you have another film coming out soon.
Another film coming out.
And,
we'll see if it becomes a classic as a director, and we'll see how. We'll see. I can't. You'll be one of the first to see it when it's ready, for sure.
I know. I've been hearing all about it.
It's gonna be exciting. We'll see if people can go to movies anymore. I don't know. We're trying to strategize. That's another conversation. Is how to strategize.
Conversation, because
when the film festivals are all frozen right now and the movie theaters aren't open, I happen to have a movie. What are we gonna do with it? Are we gonna sell it just directly online, or is there other ways that we can do that's going to be fun to get it out there to the audience at large?
It is definitely going to be. It's an interesting time for film, right? And I think that a prime example of what I see going on is Lin Chen's movie that's coming out tomorrow, actually.
Really?
Mine.
What's it called?
I Will Make You Mine. Is that what it is? Oh my God.
Lin Chen. Yeah. No. Shout out to Lin Chen.
Yeah. And it's a part of that trilogy that Dave Boyle did, and it ends with her movie. Dave Boyle directed the first two, and then directed the third, and she stars in it as well. She starred in the previous two as well. She was supposed to premiere at South by Southwest,
right?
Of course, South by got canceled, and she and the team were just trying to figure out what their next move was. Luckily, they got bought by Gravitas before they premiered at South by. But at the same time,
the impact's a little different.
Yeah, the festival, word of mouth festival buzz it's
hard. I mean, our film, we just finished it, or in the middle, or just about done, but we already got accepted into LA Asian, and we got accepted to Cannes. We're submitting to Toronto, but we're all the festivals got put on hold. So we're I don't even know.
Yeah, we don't even know if TIFF's gonna happen. I mean,
we don't know.
But they did say that Venice is still happening, which I'll be honest, I'm cautious about. I just figured that the rest of the year is shot in terms of festivals.
Totally.
Because people are gonna be wary. People are gonna be a little bit cautious.
But people are home in quarantine, so we are talking with producers and other people that should we just release it and be crazy and just
see what happens
and see if we get the audience, do a different kind of strategy. And, if you get the right numbers, you may be able to impact Hollywood in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Then festivals are wow, you got 1 million downloads. If we get an Asian film to get 1 million downloads, all of a sudden the studios go, what did you do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I commend that you guys are trying to figure out what's best for your movie. And I think that's kind of what this needs to be. But at the same time, we see excuse me, all these indie filmmakers, especially indie filmmakers of color, who they had all these films that were supposed to premiere at South by
right.
And now they don't have that chance anymore. And I think a lot of indie films use these festivals as lifeblood, and
they do
because of word of mouth, because
of word of mouth. But we got to figure out, hopefully we can be a part of doing something that's positive, and then if I can help open some of the floodgates, we can use that to bring other films and other filmmakers through the floodgates and bring quality films to the community at large, Asian community or otherwise at large. It's these are good films made by Asian filmmakers. Check them out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm looking forward to yours and watching Lynn's tomorrow, and I'm just doing what I can to give shine to everyone, especially underrepresented voices. So
we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.
Stay cool in the quarantine.
Yeah, I want to go back to playing Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, Drag Race, everything going on, and a little work for Deadline at the same time.
Going on at once. Luckily, my bed was made when you called, so
all good. I'll talk to you soon. Later.
All right, man. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Okay, so it looks like we got probably about another minute before it cuts us off because it's only an hour long. But how'd you feel? First episode.
First time, it's a lot to talk, a lot of fans, and thank you so much, guys, joining with us. But I want to do more, and we want to do as a filmmaker, especially at this time. I think we should just do what we can do and then entertain people, also entertain us.
Right. And also learn something.
Learn something. Yeah, that's so true. And being fresh out of the booth.
I know. So next week, on Monday.
Watch next week?
I think the movie we're going to do is a movie called Network. Because of time right now in quarantine and time with all over saturated with news, there was a movie in the 70s called Network. And it's progressive, kind of crazy film, and I haven't seen it in at least 15 years. So, and it's a classic film. I'll do posts on it. It's called Network. Watch Network. Join the conversation next week. Thank you for joining us now. Thank you for all. I saw people in the chat that were just helping to regulate the chat. Thank you so much. I'm appreciative of all the fans out there, and some people that come in that may have a negative or something. Like, say thank you guys for policing yourselves. I'm here to talk about filmmaking today. But join us next week.
Join us next week.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye. What do we do? And now.